Hi Pisces, how are we today? I'm just doing our weekly reading. This week we are looking at the month ahead, so March 2024. All right, please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate your support. We are running a competition at the moment as well, so that anyone that comments does go in the draw for that to win that free personal reading. So make sure you do like, comment, subscribe. Really does help the channel grow. Okay, but this week I have the Oracle of the Shapeshifters, another beautiful Lucy Cavendish deck. Our main lenormand deck, I have the Red Hand lenormand. That deck has quite a few extra cards, so it does get, quite broad messages there. And I do have two love oracles as well. So we have the True Love Oracle as well as the Angel Answers Oracle. All right, so getting into it for you Pisces, splitting the month, start, middle, and then end. Okay, so we'll have a look and see what's coming through for you in March. Okay, Pisces. What's going on for our Pisces in March? Start, middle, and end of March for Pisces. Okay. So we're starting off for you here, Pisces, with the Snake Princess energy for the start of March. Okay, that one does say the serpentine path to power. So with that snake energy, it is talking about, following that path to power, however that leads you, embracing the snake energy a little bit there. And, sometimes when we do see that serpentine path, we need to, find alternate ways around things. We need to slither around things a little bit, find different paths in order to really embrace the power that we're looking for with that. You can see it's kind of very similar imagery here to the the biblical story of Eve eating the apple with that snake in her ear telling her to eat the apple. It's a much contested story, I'm not going to lie, but for those of you, a lot of people do know that story where it's kind of like taking advantage of everything that's offered to you. Sometimes it may not be perceived as the best path to be taking, but it's the right path for you. We all know that even though Eve ate the apple, humanity wouldn't be what it is today if that had never have happened. Okay, the whole Bible story would never have happened if that had never have happened. But very interesting. I read that as doing whatever's necessary to follow your path and follow your power. Okay, so I don't necessarily read that as negative or in any way. The snake energy, it can be a little bit, one of the key words for the snake energy is deception. But sometimes deception, I get that one as this may be deception by omission. Okay, so maybe there's just thinking very cleverly about the way that you are telling people your plans and things like that. So it's kind of like not telling everyone your plans and sneaking around the issues sometimes rather than confronting them head on. So you're avoiding conflicts and those sorts of things. That's kind of what I'm reading that as for you here, Pisces. We do have a twist in the tail for the middle of the month. The unexpected, a change you did not see coming. Wow, that's interesting. Something big. I feel like this is something big happening in the middle of March here for you, Pisces. Being your, a lot of you are probably going to be March Pisces there with the March birthdays as well. I feel like for some of you that there may be a big twist for, I'm hearing some people born around toward the middle of March there, having those big changes happening right on your birthday. It's like your birthday bringing some unexpected stuff along for you there. I'm very excited. I do love Pisces season. It is my son's birthday this weekend, actually. So I'm looking forward to that. He's a little Pisces. But we do have the Brother Raccoon ending out March for you here. A safe place for you to go. All right. So that really does feel like there's at the end of the month, it feels like there's something where it's you kind of, I feel like it's you kind of retreating into yourself a little bit here, finding a safe space within yourself to, obviously what we're seeing with that big changes coming through in the middle of the month. I feel like at the end of the month, you're kind of just going to be like, oh, I need some time to myself to just process all this information, all these changes that have taken place. But we'll delve into it all a little bit here with the Lenormand. Okay, Pisces, start of March for Pisces, the Snake Princess energy. What is going on for our Pisces at the start of March here? Okay. I'll draw all the Lenormand out so then we can sort of move through in that time progression here as well. But a twist in the tail for the middle of March for our Pisces, please. Unexpected, a change you did not see coming. Okay, and I'm just going to grab one. Yeah, can we see specifically what that unexpected change is in the middle of March for Pisces? Can you clarify what the actual change is for Pisces? Okay, and Brother Raccoon energy. Brother Raccoon energy, the end of March for our Pisces. And one more, please, for the end of March for Pisces. Clarify that message. Okay, so Pisces, with that Snake Princess energy, the serpentine path to power, it's coming through very interesting. I still am very much getting the vibe of, that deceit by omission, not telling everyone all your plans, not telling everybody all your, your true feelings, what's going on for you, with certain things, because we do have the fish coming through firstly here, Pisces, which is the card of abundance. We also have the heart coming through. So that does show us like the fish is a financial aspecting card. It does talk about abundance and wealth. For some of you, this definitely could be talking about, if you're someone that doesn't really care too much about money, this definitely could be talking about that abundance of feeling, that abundance of love within yourself here. Unconditional love, romance, that sort of stuff. So for some of you, I am hearing that there may be like a secret kind of relationship that you're starting up in the start of March here. So I'm definitely feeling like, the fish sometimes when it is aspected by love, it can talk about, there's plenty of fish in the sea, but we do see in this fish card, there is just the two fish. So it's kind of like, oh, there's lots of fish in the sea, but look at this fish. I choose this fish. And it's kind of feeling a bit secretive here, that you maybe have your eyes on a certain fish in the pond, and you're sort of doing that little dance, swimming around each other, swimming around the idea of love. So you're not really wanting to share too much details until you sort of know exactly yourself what is even sort of going on here. It does feel like it's a potential new love interest for some of you here, but for others of you, this is talking about there's this aspect of love within your financial situation. So, for some of you, this may be, making plans financially, to follow your heart when it comes to your financial situation. So it's kind of giving me that vibe of like, you're kind of making plans to do something. And I'm feeling like it's probably something quite big with that twist in the tail in the middle of March here. Which is quite interesting because I did spend some time with the Pisces over the weekend, and they were actually in the process of sort of planning on buying a home. So it definitely could fit that sort of energy as well. That kind of going, I'm going to keep the details to myself a little bit here, but go ahead and make these plans. I'm going to follow what my heart is telling me, and my heart is telling me, go ahead and make that financial plan for myself. Get that financial security, lined up, but not actually sort of being very vocal about what you're doing. You're kind of taking the path to your own power here and following the path to following your own heart and where the power within your own sense of love comes from within yourself. Because we do also have the fox energy coming through there as well, which once again, it's a very independent energy. So it's very much supporting this idea of keeping these things sort of to yourself at the moment, keeping quiet and just following yourself and your independence and doing what you need to do to survive in these situations, whether it be, making plans for something financially, like a buying a house. I'm just going to use that as the example because it seems to be fitting quite well here. But also, like I said, with that maybe a new relationship for some of you as well, where you kind of just sort of, playing it cool, playing it clever, that being a bit tricky. Foxes only come out in the night and they don't sort of show the whole world what they're up to and where they're off to. They're a bit of a trickster kind of creature there. And so it's kind of, moving in the shadows a little bit here and just being very clever and independent and focusing on the things that, are going to, help your heart survive rather than, what other people around you are telling you, do this, do that kind of energy. So it's a kind of very interesting energy here. It does feel a little bit separated to the rest of the reading here. I do feel as though this is all about you following your temptation of yourself and the power within you rather than following the power of anyone else in your life, rather than, taking on board what other people may want you to do. It's really very independent energy, following your own strength and power here and finding that Pisces within you that is really powerful and strong and looking after them, number one. All right, so, but then in the middle of March here, we do see that twist in the tail, that unexpected, a change you did not see coming. So I do read this very similar to the scythe energy in the Lenormand. And the scythe energy is all about making a sudden break or a change. So we do see unexpected changes with the scythe. But there also is that keyword with the scythe energy, the sudden break free from something, breaking free, cutting things out of your life. And I do feel as though that is implied here as well. When I have asked specifically about what this change is for you here, Pisces, I do have the chains and the cross. Okay, so it's kind of like breaking free from the chains of fate. All right, that's what I'm kind of reading from this, that this unexpected change is there's a sudden break free from something that has sort of held you back, chained you down. You felt like you've been chained to something, burdened by something because it's sort of, holding you back. It's that chain around your ankle that you haven't been able to break free from. And all of a sudden you're finding the way to break free from that. And you have faith that you are going to break free from that energy. And I feel like if it is connected to this initial energy here, it's because you're making these choices by following your heart and you're finding your power, and that's kind of allowing you to understand that, yes, I am going to be able to break free. These plans that I'm putting in place at the start of March are going to allow me to break free of these burdens that I've been sort of carrying around here. But when we the general element I've got here, the unexpected, the change you do not see coming, that's gone into a bit more detail here. We do have the moon and then the tree, so we are seeing a lot of emotional self-growth coming through with this change. All right, the moon is all about emotions. There is also this a keyword there with following your intuition. All right, so listening to your own true heart's desires, I feel, is coming through very strongly for you. Listening to your own power, your own, following your own heart, not regarding what everyone else is telling you or wants you to sort of do here, Pisces. You're really following your own intuition, your own heart space here, and it's guiding you through. You're looking after yourself in a really lovely way, which is enabling you to break free from those chains that bind you. It's enabling you to find your inner wisdom and follow that, and really looking after yourself here. This is all about self-care and your self self-growth, okay, especially emotional growth with that moon energy coming through quite strong. You're actually maturing emotionally, which with this change coming through. So for some of you, this is actually quite unexpected because, you may have, sort of been stuck in certain emotions for quite a long time, but we do see some sort of clarity coming through here where you're actually maturing and learning a little bit more about, what the mature version of your emotions actually leading you to here. And you're really sort of looking after yourself here, Pisces. I'm just sort of intuitively feeling a lot of you here may not have been looking after yourself in a very healthy way in the past, and we're actually seeing that the way that you're starting to look after yourself is maturing as well. So that's like really good energy for you, Pisces. We also have the star coming through here, so all your dreams, all your desires, definitely within reach here. I feel as though this emotional growth is helping you understand what your true desires in this life are, where you're going from here. You're finding this inner hope and optimism in being able to reach your true dreams here. So for some of you, once again, that is connected to whatever you're doing at the start of month, the plans that you're putting down at the start of the month. You're kind of realizing, as the month is moving ahead, you're realizing that your dreams are going to be fulfilled here, and that you really are following your own dreams, and you're not allowing other people's energy to collapse those dreams on you, or change those dreams on you. Okay, so in that example of someone who's planning on buying a home, they're really following their own heart, and where their heart is telling them they need to go, and where they need to buy a house, rather than taking into consideration, oh well, my friend wants me to move in a house near them, or my parents want me to live in a house around the corner from them and buy a house right near them, or you're not taking that into consideration. You're putting yourself first and listening to what your own heart is telling you, and you're finding that my wishes may not align with the people around me and what they're trying to get me to do here, and so I'm breaking free of those chains, and really going to follow my own North Star, follow my own what do I need to do to continue growing and emotionally, and looking after myself here. Seems to be quite strong for you here, this need to look after yourself first and foremost, and not be worrying about what everyone else is wanting you to do, or whatever as well. Okay, the end of March with the brother raccoon energy there, a safe place for you to go. We do see that is feeling as though that's coming along with that star energy, having the hope and optimism that I am going to find a safe place for me to go and be in the future. I am finding my way for myself, by myself. Very independent energy once again. Now we do have the goat and then the mice. So this is coming through relatively straightforward here, because the goat is the very rebellious, nature, butting heads with things. And what we're rebelling against and butting heads with is, the things that you feel like you've lost, the things that sort of keep you up late at night, the things in the past. Here, the mouse really is, that past energy that eats away at you, and you're rebelling against that, and you're choosing to move away from that into your own safety zone and not take this on board with you. So I do feel for some of you, we are really getting that influence of other people here coming through with that mice energy, that worrying about what other people want you to do, this energy of oh, you'll lose me if you move too far away. You'll lose me. You'll lose contact with me. That maybe has been keeping you up late at night. But here we see you with that goat energy, really rebelling against that, and really sort of deciding, what, I that doesn't fit. That doesn't fit with me anymore. I'm emotionally maturing here, and I'm growing, and I want a safe place for me to go, not for me and then bring all this ish with me. No, I'm going to rebel against that and butt that out of my life, and remove that from my life here, and accept that sometimes it's fine to lose things in our life. We do see there, I did say that there is that kind of energy of breaking free from those chains that bind you, and that's seems to be what you're doing, is you're really breaking free from that past energy that's trying to hold you back. The sensation of loss, feeling like things have been taken from you in the past here. You're really rebelling against that and saying, that's it. I'm going to headbutt that out of my life. I don't need that anymore. Which is, coming through here with the candle. All right, so usually this is a love card, but it's kind of just sort of really talking about, you within yourself here, keeping the love burning within yourself, for yourself. And really, we do see a candle standing all alone in the dark. And back to what I was saying at the start of the reading there, that it's you sort of, choosing to move in the cover of darkness, and knowing that you will light your own way, that you are the power that is lighting this candle. You don't need somebody else to light this candle and carry this candle for you, that you can do this all for yourself, Pisces. So this safe place to go does seem to be you yourself, and finding you yourself, the power within you, and finding, following your own growth, following your own true desires here, breaking free from these chains that are holding you back. It's really leading you forwards into the future for yourself here. And we do have the stork coming through as well. So for some of you, that may indicate there may be somebody pregnant around you. But there is really a brand new beginning with that stork energy more than anything. I feel like that's that new beginning for you, Pisces, standing alone in that safe place within yourself, and burning brightly within yourself. You realizing that you are this bright light all by yourself, and you can light up the darkness around you just by standing in your true power, and standing in your true desires, rather than allowing other people's desires for you to impact you. And it really does stir up some brand new energy for you, and get things moving for you in a really positive way with that stork energy. So overall, it does seem like, I'm feeling that, we did see the moon there. We have seen some sort of rougher kind of energies. So there is going to be, I'm not going to lie, there is going to be moments where you're probably questioning yourself and whatnot. It may not be the smoothest transition for you here, Pisces. It may be very unexpected for you. For some of you, this emotional growth, then all of a sudden you're realizing, you know what, I'm more emotionally grown than I realized. I've matured more emotionally than I even realized here, and it's kind of a shock to me. I kind of feel like some of you that may be uncomfortable, because when we're moving into peace and we're moving into stability, a lot of the time, if you've been living in chaos, stability is uncomfortable, because it's like you've got to get used to this all over again. You've been so, we get comfortable in the chaos, so now you're trying to find the comfortable within this safety within yourself. You're trying to find, learning all like maybe for some of you, learning from the word go, or learning all over again how to be comfortable with happiness and safety and peace and harmony in your life. So finding that within yourself. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes it's uncomfortable. Peace and quiet and love. In your brain, you kind of think, oh, peace and love, and happiness, that's not uncomfortable. But when you're actually so used to living in chaos, peace and happiness is actually, uncomfortable at first. You're like waiting for the penny to drop. You're waiting for something to go wrong, because you're like, this isn't right. I'm used to everything going crazy and whatnot, but it may be a little bit uncomfortable, Pisces, is all I'm sort of getting at there. But we'll have a look at what's going on with romantic love. Okay, romantic love for our Pisces in March. What's happening for Pisces with romantic love in March? Oh, I love that for you, Pisces. I'll grab the angel answers as well. Romantic love for Pisces in March, please. What's happening for romantic love for our Pisces in March? Okay, so I'm getting a pretty lovely, clear message here, Pisces. We do have the spiritual maturity card coming through. Okay, so you're starting that journey. Finding this maturity and this emotional growth within you yourself. It's leading you to romantic love of your desires as well here. But it's a path. Okay, there's lots of twists and turns on this path, as we do see. You're needing to stabilize your own sense of emotional maturity a little bit more here, and we are starting that journey. And it's leading you to, it's saying, yes, don't stop. We've got the angel answers card saying, yes, don't stop. So don't stop now. Keep on following this path to yourself, because this is what I'm really feeling for you here. That it's if you are in a connection already, it's kind of telling you that you already know where that path is leading, and it's letting you know don't stop now, because as long as you have the end goal of this spiritual maturity, this emotional maturity within yourself, in sight, okay, everything else is going to fall into place around that, including romantic love, because we do have the serendipity card here. Okay, so you're floating down this river, and everything's sort of falling into place at the perfect time for you here. So I'm sort of seeing that there is some Pisces here that, maybe definitely, having that little secret relationship at the start of the month here, and it's sort of, everything's sort of falling into place at the right time. But it really feels like your focus this month is on you yourself and on your own emotional maturity, on your own spiritual growth here as well. And it's telling you don't stop that, because that is what's going to help everything else fall into place. As long as you are focusing on you and looking after you and your truth, everything else is just going to fall into place around that for you, Pisces, and it'll lead you to, that you'll be at the top of that mountain in no time. And everything at the top of that mountain is very serendipitous and perfect, and exactly how it's supposed to happen, meeting the people you're supposed to meet, having the things happen that are supposed to happen. All right, so that's what we have for you this month, Pisces. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment to go in the draw for that free personal reading, and I will see you all again soon.